It's all aboard Royal Princess, one of the world's largest luxury cruise ships.
God, I haven't been on one that big before.
As crew and passengers set sail around the Mediterranean.
I love a good adventure.
With cruising more popular than ever and a choice of over 130 competing cruise ships,
we like to have a certain element of class.
being second best is not an option.
How many whales will there be outside the ship, and what side will they be on today?
With 4,000 passengers all expecting 5-star service,
No pressure.
the crew of 1,400 must cope when the unexpected happens.
It's a train smash, but this is what happens on ships, you know? It's very unpredictable.
This time,
The wind is 28 knots.
no sooner are they underway than they face a huge challenge.
You can have a serious accident if you lose control in the strong winds.
Campbell faces challenges as the onboard alcohol supplies dwindle to worryingly low.
We have a Bellini bar with no Prosecco.
There's tension in the galley as a health inspection looms.
I'll be mortified if we fail. That's a disaster.
So this is clearly not clean.
And Timothy's linguistic skills are tested to the limit.
The name of the building is
Today, Royal Princess is docked in Athens at the peak of the Mediterranean summer season. As one lot of passengers departs, the crew have just 4 hours to clean from top to bottom. This week, all 1,700 rooms on this 330-metre-long floating hotel are full.
Hello.
In charge of the hotel operation and only 6 weeks into the biggest job of his career is Hotel General Manager Craig.
You've got to go through the next sliding doors, and you can go it that way, yeah. Yeah, this is only coming in, yeah.
His challenge is to lead a crew from almost 60 different countries.
Okay, 1 second. Can I have someone that can speak Spanish at the forward gangway, please? We ask our crew to make a lot of sacrifices when they come and live and work here on board. They're away from home for many, many months at a time. They work day after day without a day off, and so it's a really important part of my role to ensure that they feel motivated. Morning. Hello, good morning, how are you? How's your day today? Busy day? Yes, yes.
With just 20 minutes before new passengers are welcomed on board, Craig has his own way of motivating the crew.
It's just about 10 past 11. We're going to start embarkation at 11:30, so I'm going to play the anthem.
Joining in is optional.
It's really important to kind of make sure crew members don't forget that we're, starting another cruise, that we have an opportunity to make a great vacation for someone.
Welcome on board. Welcome to the Royal Princess. Your deck number is?
Enormous. Oh my God. I haven't been on one that big before.
Hoping for the holiday of a lifetime are 4 friends from Great Yarmouth in Norfolk.
I can't believe it.
This is care worker Maureen's first ever cruise.
Worth waiting for, Maureen? Definitely. And what do we say? What happens on the cruise stays on the cruise. Here we go. Here we go.
These self-styled Golden Girls have paid £780 each for 2 staterooms with the all-important balcony.
You having that one or this one?
I don't mind. It's up
I'll
to
have
you,
this one then.
sweetheart.
Oh, God.
Christine, look at this view. Oh, I can't believe it.
With the Med in front of them, Captain Bob Oliver commands the ship out of Athens, and it's curtains up for another cruise.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Royal Princess singers and dancers with Here's to Princess. It's hard to worship the Christians her name, whose elegance and luxury would be our place of fame.
In the crew quarters on Deck 8, shore excursion agent Timothy is about to start his shift selling tours to the new passengers.
I did this last time and I really enjoyed it. The Lindos Acropolis. It's gorgeous.
The team have tough sales targets to hit, and this is Timothy's first time selling Mediterranean trips.
You've been wanting to go to Pompeii your whole life.
I saw a documentary on it when I was little.
Oh, really? Let's get you on it then.
The tours are a vital source of revenue for the ship, and passengers expect him to know what he's talking about.
Yeah. I haven't been outside yet here, but I look forward to going someday.
But with 25 ports and hundreds of excursions to learn about, he's got his work cut out to prove he's up to the task.
It's become challenging because when you're on the desk and passengers are asking you questions about ports, you have to look up almost everything. So it gets really tiring. Yeah, that one's available for 2 of you. Yes. But I'm trying to go on as many tours as I can. And the great thing about it is it's part of my job, you know? I have to do it. Sorry about that.
On the bridge, officers have spotted a worrying problem. Strong winds are forecast in the south of France, spelling trouble for their scheduled docking in Marseille. If they don't make port, there'll be thousands of disappointed passengers. Captain Bob summons Hotel General Manager Craig and other department heads for an emergency meeting.
Long-term weather forecast we've had indicates it could be blowing up to 40 knots in Marseille. We'll keep monitoring the situation. But if it is blowing that strongly, we won't be able to go in which case the best option will probably be to have the day at sea.
Missing port will be a huge challenge for Craig, who must make sure hotel staff are prepared. There's one person he needs to warn straight away.
Hello?
Michelin-starred executive chef David.
There's potential that we will have to rearrange and miss the port and have a day at sea.
What?
We'll know better, obviously, tomorrow once the forecast is a little bit more secure.
I need to know ASAP because of defrosting schedules and produce that I need to take out.
Okay. All right, cheers. Bye-bye. All right. Chef has been informed. He's not very happy, but it's all good.
It messes everything up, doesn't it? It's I've got to now open the dining room, schedule a lunch. It's harsh. It's a lot of extra work for the guys. You've got to be ready, yet if we go into port, we don't want to be ready because it's a waste of food production. So I'm kind of like in a catch-22 now. Either I have to prepare and I don't want to prepare.
Chef David has just a few hours to decide whether to defrost hundreds of kilos of extra food.
So on your ticket, it shows where you're meeting and at what time each day, okay? And so we have Genoa, Livorno, then the Marseille.
On shore excursions, unaware Marseille may be cancelled, Timothy is still working hard to meet his sales targets and sell tours to the Roman amphitheatre at nearby Arles.
Is it a good place to go? Is it strenuous?
I've not been there, so I'm going to check with my colleagues here. Is Arles very strenuous?
He must rely on colleagues to plug his knowledge gaps about the 18 Marseille tours on offer.
So you depart from the ship for a guided tour of the Roman amphitheatre for 30 minutes. Then you have free time at Les Baux de Provence. So really it'll depend how strenuous you make it, but
yeah, for sure.
parts
so
of it will be...
Just opt out and go back to the
you could, yeah.
That's all
yeah.
But with the possible cancellation afoot, all his work could be in vain.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you. Your cruise director, Rob, here. Whatever your plans are, we'd like to wish you a wonderful time today.
For now, passengers are enjoying the sunshine, oblivious there's a storm brewing hundreds of miles ahead. But down in the galley, Chef David is planning for the worst.
There's a meeting now in my office, come.
If they can't dock in Marseille, it'll mean making 4,000 extra meals from scratch. There's no time to waste.
It's a train smash, but this is what happens on ships, you know? It's very unpredictable. From one day to the next, you don't know. But there's nothing we can do about it, you know? Safety is paramount, safety is first. And if inclement weather restricts us from going into a port, so it is. We stay at sea.
At the moment, the impending crisis is on a strictly need-to-know basis. But Chef David must confide in key members of his team.
You need to talk to the baker. We need to talk to the butcher. Immediately, the butcher needs to know, eh? Because he's got to take stuff out to defrost. Thank you, Chef. You're going to have a lot of upset passengers. They're not going to know until the day. So we've got to keep it quiet. We can't walk around the ship saying we're going to miss Marseille, because that will just cause pandemonium out there.
The front desk bears the brunt of any passenger upset. And today it's this week's guest theatre performer, Diane, who's got a problem. She's been flown in for a special one-night stand.
How's your day?
I'm good, except I'm just wondering where my luggage is because it's been mislaid.
The stand-up comedienne from Swansea is a cruise ship regular, but today her case containing a crucial part of her act hasn't made it off her flight.
It's not the clothes, it's the contact lenses. Because I'm blind without my glasses. So I'm working without glasses. Anything can happen.
Just make sure you're facing the right way.
All right.
All right.
I will. Take care.
You too. You have a good day.
Okay, bye.
Diane may be missing her luggage, but it's a man Maureen is missing. She's looking for love. With no joy on board yet, Timothy's been called upon for advice outside of his remit.
I have
This is what she's been
to
doing.
the singles club.
Yeah.
Nobody there. I've looked under tables, chairs, resorted to looking behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And then pool deck underneath the sunbed.
Have you tried Tinder on the ship?
No. I know.
Do you know what Tinder?
I'm actually on Tinder. I didn't know I was on the ship.
Swipe right, swipe left.
Left, yeah. No,
She's
like.
tried every website going.
I would too.
The passengers are still blissfully unaware of the storm that's brewing. On the bridge, Craig is determined to stay calm as he gets a vital update from Captain Bob.
It's going to be very borderline, put it that way.
Okay.
And a little bit of rock and roll on the way over.
Okay, so we'll prepare for some rock and roll.
While Captain Bob's first duty is safety, new hotel general manager Craig must make sure all 4,000 passengers are catered for and entertained.
We'll put as much of our plans into place as we can and just wait for Marseille morning and see if we can get into the port.
If it's unsafe to dock, they can't risk it. But missing Marseille will cost them a fortune. It's a tough decision even for Captain Bob, who's been at sea for 46 years.
If you get it wrong, then you can have quite a serious accident, maybe run aground or hit a breakwater or even off another ship if you lose control in the strong winds.
Royal Princess is off the coast of Marseille, hoping to dock. As the harbour pilot boat heads out to meet them, winds are reaching gale force. The pilot heads to the Royal Princess Bridge to help them navigate into France's busiest cruise ship terminal.
The wind is 28 knots. Goes to 30 knots. What is the speed now?
8.5 knots.
8.5, yes. Okay.
Wind at 35, gusting 40.
Yeah, okay.
It's on the edge.
Docking safely requires precise manoeuvres, but in a harbour this busy, a gust of wind could blow them out of control and into the quay or even another vessel.
To be honest, Captain, with this condition, I'm not feeling confident.
The big decision rests with Captain Bob, one of the most experienced captains in the fleet. Waiting anxiously for the verdict in his office down on deck 5 is new hotel general manager Craig.
Everyone has kind of got a plan B and ready to put that plan B into action. Now it's just a bit of a waiting game to see if we can get in or not.
Up on the bridge, pressure is mounting. It's now or never.
No, regretfully, Mr. Pilot, I don't think we can do this safely.
Yeah, let's call it, Captain. It's too much for the ship.
Yeah.
The numbers are against us.
You cancel
Cancel the call, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The number one reason for missing a port is the weather, and they won't be docking in Marseille on this cruise.
Buck stops here, made the decision. Love it or hate it, decision's made.
That's the right decision, Captain. Yeah, it's too much. Hey, Craig, we are aborting the call. It's not doable.
For safety reasons. Okay, thank you. I will let everyone know.
Thank you. Bye.
While the crew is alerted, the captain has to break the news to 4,000 passengers.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The captain speaking. As I'm sure you're aware, we should have been entering the port of Marseille. Unfortunately, the weather is not on our side. Consequently, we are aborting the call since the weather conditions are expected to remain substantially the same during the course of the day.
It's now down to the crew. They've an extra day at sea to contend with.
Morning, 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 morning. Hey, we are extra sea day today, so
yes, I know, chef.
We need extra everything. Extra vegetables, extra fruit.
One of the hardest hit, Chef David.
What have I got today? An extra 4,000 people. Extra 4,000 people, another 1.5 tons of food to feed everybody. You're probably going to find that most of the passengers are extremely upset because we've missed Marseille. 3,999 of them have come on this cruise, especially to see Marseille. So they're angry, which means that they're going to eat more, which means we need to work harder today.
As Chef David cracks the whip in the galley,
If there's 4 people here, you get 1 pumpkin each and you peel. Come on, mate.
the news is starting to sink in with passengers that they won't be docking.
You woken up early today, ma'am?
I did, unfortunately.
Especially for a tour?
Yeah, I'm very
You're
sad.
not going up. I'm sorry. But it's important, right? Safety is very important.
Yes, for sure.
Passenger services, good morning. Victoria speaking. How can I help you? Exactly. Marseille's cancelled, madam.
On the front desk, passenger services agent Victoria is beginning the massive task of reimbursing hundreds of guests for their missed excursions.
We're gonna keep the tickets, and later on, the guys, they will remove the charge from your account. They get like, what? What is happening? Why we're not going? Why we're not going late? They think that everything's gonna change. They think that tomorrow we're gonna go to Marseille.
Timothy is fielding the more difficult passenger questions.
Can you explain to me why is it not safe?
Today, the swells are high and the winds are very high. It's just not safe for us to go in, that's why. Obviously, we're not going to go in if it's not safe.
Of
But we don't want to cancel a port either. Captain makes the decision and then that's how we deal.
Well, thank you for your explanation.
Look how lost they look. Some people are just wackadoodle. They're so much fun, though.
Unfortunately, Mother Nature not exactly cooperating today as she is blowing a bit of a gale. But it's going to be an exciting day today for you with all these events and activities that we're going to be adding in.
With the ship full of passengers with nowhere to go, it falls to the cruise director, Ron, to keep them all entertained.
We have to think quick because we have to put together a whole Sea Day program, and we have to start getting all those events and activities ready for the guests.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play some bingo!
2, 3, cha-cha-cha. 2, 3, cha-cha-cha.
With 25 new activities laid on to pass the time out at sea, Royal Princess now takes a leisurely cruise through calmer waters. Guest entertainer Diane will have to wait for the next port to be reunited with her contact lenses.
Everything that happens to me.
Until then, she'll have to perform without them.
I haven't got contact lenses in, so I've been trying to put my eyelashes on without being able to see, because obviously you can't put eyelashes on when you've got your glasses.
Diane doesn't want to spoil her image by wearing glasses on stage. But after 33 years in show business, the show must go on.
He'll do the introduction.
Is there anything special you want to say?
Say something like, the last time we met, I was in Las Vegas and I said to you, if I made it big, I'll never come back on a cruise ship again. Here she is.
Here she is.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the talents of Diane Cousins.
Bless you! Aren't you fabulous? I knew I was going to have a good time. There's no kids in, is there? Kids should be born at 18 and get an apartment.
As Diane keeps the theatre audience amused, down below decks, it's all hands to the pump for a party tonight.
Come on, Ramon. We've got a lot to do. Come on.
Royal Princess may have missed a port, but the entertainment team knows a good party can always make amends. And tonight's needs balloons. 700 of them.
Wiggle, wiggle, yeah, and a pull.
I'm wiggling and pulling.
She
cheers for a really good night tonight.
Cheers.
And plenty of dancing and drinking. Oh, that's nice.
That is nice, isn't it?
Yes, that's lovely.
The 4 Norfolk women are ready for a party. And Maureen's ever hopeful of finding a man.
Hello.
Start, Maureen.
Her determined search has created a lot of amusement for the other ladies.
Do you like older women?
I'm okay. Well, it's not that I don't like them.
She would eat him alive. I would do.
Yeah, you would do. She would do.
It's time to get the party started. In the busy galley, Chef David is relieved.
I love the stove. That's my That's my profession.
He's pulled it together after a tough day.
Smells stunning.
And despite being new to the ship,
How are you?
Hotel General Manager Craig rose to the challenge and kept his cool.
You see that picture of a duck kind of swimming, and on the surface it's really calm, and under the water its legs are going really, really fast. That's kind of how I feel sometimes.
While the party's off with a bang, Maureen's finally given up her manhunt. Every cloud has a silver lining, though.
I was looking for love, but I found it with us ladies. Let's do a cheers. Cheers.
Royal Princess is at anchor in Kotor in Montenegro.
Put any cream on at all?
As southern Europe finds itself sweltering in one of the hottest summers on record.
Boiling, unbearable. I'm gonna melt.
With temperatures over 40 degrees, some are calling it Heatwave Lucifer.
Now the heat here in the Med is, oh my God, unbelievable. At the minute that we open the gangway, you're boiling.
On shore excursions, Timothy's been trying his best to keep his tour customers cool.
Some of the tours are changing because we want to get them off into the hot places first so that they don't pass out. Imagine coming down the stairs, boom, 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 boom.
But while it's hot outside, in the galleys, the crew is feeling a heat of a different kind.
Pasta main course.
Oi! Sorry, boss.
Every aspect of Chef David's catering operation is about to come under the most demanding scrutiny.
Why are you coming in here from the side?
Tomorrow, head office is sending the fleet health inspector on board. She's going to scrutinize the ship's cleanliness from top to bottom. With many of his 320 staff new to the ship, Chef David calls a meeting of his team leaders to read them the riot act.
We're going to do a full general cleaning tonight. When we say wash, don't open the fridge door and throw a bucket of water inside. That's not how we wash. Let me just make myself clear that if there's a violation that is identified, the supervisor is the person who's going to be disciplined. Everybody know what the consequences are? Yes. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.
On deck 5, Timothy is finding his salesman role is putting him under pressure.
Thank you. And you just want to change tours?
Yes.
We have like a target that we try and meet each cruise. Obviously, we want to hit our target because that's what we're here for. If I don't make it, they'll shackle me down in like deck 3 in the dungeon. There's a ton of tours, so I'm just going to check which one still goes to Pompeii.
Timothy is mounting a full charm offensive to sell more.
Somebody smells really good. Is it you? It's really nice. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, enjoy yourself.
He's processing the self-service bookings that passengers have put into a drop box in reception in his name.
Right now, everybody went for breakfast, and I said, no, I'm not hungry. So now I'm in here processing these tickets, and while they're upstairs eating, and my target's going up. So just being a little cheeky.
In his crew cabin, getting ready to start his shift, is 23-year-old third officer Josh from Australia. As the most junior officer on the bridge, today he's got to do one of the things he dreads. Making an announcement to the entire ship.
The signal you have just heard is the general emergency alarm. If you have not already done so, you should return to your cabin, collect your life jacket, and proceed to the muster station.
Do you want everyone to know that you mean business? It's reassuring for them to know that we sound like we know what we're doing and we're confident with everything we say. So. Propulsion on bridge control, taken and tested.
Josh has previously only worked on cargo ships, so being a cruise ship officer and dealing with passengers is a big leap.
Naturally, I'm quite a shy person, always have been. I was always the quiet, reserved kid at school, but coming here has really brought me out of my shell. I guess I had no choice having to dine with 3,000 passengers each night.
As a junior officer with ambitions to one day be captain, Josh will have to show his colleagues he's got what it takes. Down in the galley, Chef David is getting tense.
Straight away, it's a violation.
As tomorrow's health inspection looms.
Wet and greasy. Needs to be cleaned, huh?
As the person ultimately in charge, Hotel General Manager Craig joins forces with Chef David. Both of their reputations are on the line, so no stone is left unturned.
You can't put here 3 medium containers. Not 3 medium containers, it's 6 medium containers.
Everyone in the galley is trained to comply with strict hygiene standards, and woe betide anyone who falls short.
Guys, you have to work in compliance, man. You're gonna get nailed.
As Hotel General Manager, Craig takes final responsibility, and he won't tolerate any lapses.
If we identify that someone's specifically doing something negligent, then, depending on the severity, there's potential to be terminated.
Passengers are starting to head back to the ship. Today has been 5 degrees hotter ashore than average.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching the ship. Please stay seated until instructed to disembark.
It's mercifully cooler at sea level, but passengers will still be glad to get inside the air-conditioned ship. Royal Princess leaves its secluded anchorage in Kotor Bay and heads back out into the Mediterranean. There is one welcome consequence of the heat wave for the ship. The 18 bars on board are all doing a brisk trade as they endeavour to quench passengers' thirsts. Now that the ship is at sea, the onboard casino on Deck 6 is allowed to open for business.
All these down here.
Hoping to win big tonight is couple Jason and Tony.
Here, watch. 1, 2, yes!
These northern high rollers gamble up to £500 a night on the slot machines and are among the elite passengers on board with a minibar and canapes in their room.
You feel like a bit posh, you know what I mean? Especially when you're a Yorkshire lad for the councils there. And you get elite, you're like, oh my sir, you know.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lucky.
Jackpot. Grand. Oh!
To make sure they don't go home broke, Tony is setting a rule.
When I get on the cruise, there's one golden rule. I block his card.
These are the Chinese ones here, Tony.
No.
Here.
As Jason and Tony try to win, in Bellini's next to the casino, bartender Campbell is ready for business.
My parents live in Otterburn now, so in England, so it's right next to the border. I only have 2 months a year at home, so...
Scotsman Campbell has been on cruise ships for 3 years and prides himself on keeping his customers happy.
You don't have a boomerang, do you?
You know, cold boomerang that doesn't come back?
No.
A stick.
The signature drink of his bar is the classic Bellini cocktail from Venice, made from Prosecco and peach puree.
When the people come, they come for this unique cocktail. I can sell anything up to a couple of hundred of these a night.
But he's in danger of letting his customers down. There's been an unusually high demand for Prosecco on this cruise, and he's running low.
It's not even busy and we're going through a lot of Prosecco. We've gone through about 5 bottles today, and it's only halfway through serving today. It's not good. Seems a bit silly if we don't have any Prosecco.
Campbell's boss, bar manager Michael, is in charge of all 18 bars on board and heads down to the cellars to investigate the problem.
This is where we store everything, down here on deck 4, deck 3, and up on deck 4 as well.
When fully stocked, there should be 18,000 bottles of wines and champagnes down here.
Well, that is very empty, and it is normally floor to ceiling full of stock. I didn't realise we were so low. But we're not like a normal hotel where we can pick up the phone and ask someone to drop off in a couple of hours 10 cases.
With no Prosecco in the stores and fearful of passenger complaints,
this time is actually quite serious.
Campbell has no other option.
Running out of an important item is not very good.
He's going to search every bar, store and fridge on the ship for any remaining bottles that might be on board.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. Nope, other side of the ship.
The problem is bigger than he feared. From bow to stern, he's not finding many bottles.
May I take it, please? Yeah.
This is turning into a Prosecco drought.
I've been all around the ship for 4 bottles. Because Bellini, we have a Bellini bar with no Prosecco.
With 3 days until new stock is due to be taken on board, Campbell is hoping the taste for a Bellini temporarily goes out of fashion.
What can I get you?
I will have a couple of classic Bellinis, please.
So you're lucky. This is probably the last couple, to be honest with you.
Fantastic.
There you go, sir.
Thank you so much.
I just don't get a taste for it too much, okay?
Campbell needs new supplies, and fast, as Prosecco runs out. But it's not stopping a deck party. As Royal Princess sails off and passengers catch a welcome sea breeze. But down in the galleys, the crew has a night of hard work ahead. With the fleet health inspector on board tomorrow, every inch of the galley has to be spotlessly clean. Chef David is feeling the pressure.
There's always violations. You know, you're never going to be 100%. The best scenario, obviously, is that we score highly in the inspection and we've got a few points to rectify.
He's determined that they improve their rating.
The worst scenario is that we fail the inspection. I'll be mortified if we fail. That's a disaster.
Royal Princess is heading towards the Italian island of Sicily in one of the hottest summers on record. This morning, officers on the bridge have to carry out one of the trickiest nautical maneuvers in the Mediterranean, docking in the port of Messina.
We got about 25 to 30 knots of wind.
The ship has to make a complete 180-degree about turn before docking. For Staff Captain Mario, every second counts if he's to turn in exactly the right place.
So that's the position of the ship now. That's in the next 90 seconds. Slowing down the speed now.
Third Officer Josh looks on as his colleagues attempt to rotate a vessel that's 330 meters long.
In the next 45 seconds, we are going to do the handbrake turn. I'm going to turn it around like this. You can do that with the Aston Martin as well, and it's less expensive than this one.
Mario must choose exactly the right moment to avoid the risk of hitting the quayside.
All right, let's do it. Handbrake turn.
This challenging maneuver has drawn a crowd of spectators on the top deck.
It's quite tight coming in through the port there, but managed to turn the huge boat all the way around into this very small area, but it was fantastic.
A 19-story floating hotel now sits on the very edge of Messina, the gateway to Sicily. Safely in port, one of the ship's 5 tender boats is being launched. Watching from the bridge is Josh. He's got to learn how to drive one to ferry passengers ashore, and he's not looking forward to having an audience.
That's a hot spot for the tasing, if you like. Especially because there's always so many eyes watching you do it from the bridge, so it's easy to sit back here and judge the person driving, but it's very stressful for the person in the tender. They're harder than they look. It's okay like this when they're empty, but when they're full of 180 passengers who've just had a big lunch ashore, it can be a bit harder because they're really heavy.
Nerves are starting to show as Josh has to demonstrate he can drive the small boat before he can progress to take the helm on the big ship. Second Officer Andrew is putting him through his paces.
Now I suggest approaching from about a 40 to 45 degree angle. Okay. No.
With all eyes on Josh driving a 380,000-pound boat, he's feeling the pressure.
Disengage.
Before he's allowed to carry passengers, Josh will have to clock up 20 hours of driving instruction. It's not going to be an easy afternoon for him.
We're going to have to abort. Start again.
It's not easy at all.
With temperatures inland set to top 40 degrees, some families have decided not to go ashore.
I mean, I knew it was going to be hot, but we didn't realise it was going to be this hot, did we? It's too hot to walk around, it's dangerous.
Oh my God, factor 50.
Gambling elite passengers Jason and Tony have 4 hours before the casino opens, so they're braving the afternoon sun.
I asked for 2 cherries.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I was thinking both. 2 cherries.
No, 2 for me.
Only for you.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm only joking. Come here. Oh my God. Thank you.
If you could work on a cruise,
yeah,
what would you do?
Probably casino, because you don't have to stay in bed all day. Don't have to get up till night time. What would you do?
Cleaner.
Whatever. Chambermaid. Hello, room service. Tony speaking.
While Jason and Tony bake in the heat, the mood is much more serious down in the galleys. Fleet Health Inspector Shannon has arrived from head office and nothing is escaping her.
Some are just a little rusted. This is clearly not clean. It's also not supposed to be upside down, right way up. How's someone going to touch this? We're touching everything.
Inspections happen twice a year, and in the end, it's Hotel General Manager Craig's neck that's on the line if she gives them a poor rating.
Failure is not an option. She's been very, very thorough. She's been very intense. I'm a little bit unsure of how she's found things, so it's causing a little bit of anxiety.
Health inspection over, all they can do now is wait for her report. As Josh is getting one step closer to hanging up his L plates after more practice.
Stop the engines.
Yeah. Photo gun.
Josh, how are we doing? Stop. Just stop the engines. He absolutely nailed it, Josh. That was absolutely perfect.
It's rewarding to get that sort of response and that outcome, with especially with no one hurt. A good sense of achievement and a good relief that it all went to plan.
While some passengers are staying on board, others are facing the heat and exploring ashore. Trying to swat up on the excursions he has to sell, Timothy's travelled an hour up the coast to the historical city of Taormina.
Let's go, Annam.
Timothy and his colleague Estefania have got to be able to persuade passengers that the £72 excursion is good value.
It's so pretty, like it's like amazing everywhere.
But absorbing all the information through the headsets is proving to be taxing.
It's the Virgin Mary something, I didn't hear the rest.
It's from the 1950, it's the Virgin Mary with Jesus, and it was a gift.
I think this church was built when?
In 13th century.
13th? The name of the building is It's Italiano. I'm easily able to sell this now. Basically, it's Roman, it's old, it's pretty, lots of flowers.
As Timothy and his tour group make their way back to the ship, worrying news reaches the bridge about other tours whose return is delayed.
Bridge, Andrew. And roughly how many buses?
We're looking at about 11 buses.
Oh, bloody hell, okay. There's been a fire on the main motorway. So what's happened is all of our tour buses have been stuck in what now is a traffic jam.
Forest fires caused by the heat wave are delaying tour buses. And until they're back, the ship can't depart, holding up thousands of passengers. Those who have made it back have alarming eyewitness accounts.
We passed where the fire was. There was a structure and a couple of cars were on fire.
It was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Some part of the highway, like you couldn't even
see through the highway.
See through the highway. It's crazy.
There is, however, good news for bar manager Michael.
My Prosecco's arrived.
Being in port has allowed an emergency order of Prosecco to be delivered.
Campbell should be really happy. It means Bellini's bar will have its Prosecco. They can do their cocktails.
120 bottles of Prosecco are loaded on board, which will tide them over until the ship is restocked in Barcelona in 2 days. The The Prosecco drought is over. On the quayside, the last of the delayed tour coaches is finally returning.
We have another bus coming. Awesome. Welcome back. This way back to the ship, just by the white marquee and into the terminal, please. Bridge for Shorex. Good evening. Just to advise, all tours are back.
Welcome back.
There's relief that everyone is safe and the ship can finally depart. Before sail away, Chef David is hoping there's good news for him, too.
Come in.
Hi, Craig.
The health inspection report is in.
All right, so I have the report here. Yeah. We just came from the office.
Okay, break the news. Don't keep me hanging.
She was very complimentary of the cleanliness, knowledge. She thought it was one of the cleanest galleys she'd seen in her inspections.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very good. I just kind of feel like there's kind of a big weight lifted off my shoulders.
You know, if you get results like this, it means that I'm getting through to the guys. So it's a win-win situation for me. I'm over the moon.
Spirits are also high for Campbell, whose bar is now fully stocked again.
Yeah, I'm very glad because we're now back in business. No more complaints, so it's good. I'm glad.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the captain speaking.
Now it's time for us to be getting underway.
And with the health inspection over too, it's time to celebrate.
2, 1. Yay, the bubbly has arrived.
Next time.
This is not even going to last 10 minutes.
Chef David feels the pressure as supplies threaten to run out.
You never have a day where everything is smooth. Never.
A breakdown in the laundry creates a mountain of dirty washing.
This has built up just in the last 4 hours.
All right. Hello and welcome.
Toby takes charge of all passenger entertainment for the first time.
Hi, hello. Hi.
I'm getting all this attention and I quite like it.
And the ship's fine dining reputation is on the line.
Tonight, it's my menu. I will do the cooking myself tonight. I know that the risotto is a bit of a disappointment.